Hey guys, good afternoon. I'm back today with just a short video about investing in Garbage Pail Kids. I haven't done much research. This is just something I'm just talking about on the fly. I definitely can talk about it, so I figured I'd just kind of wing it. But basically, it's about, is it smart to just keep putting money into collecting Garbage Pail Kids? I've been in this hobby a long time. And so definitely can speak on this without, looking through a bunch of records and stuff. So that's what I was planning on doing. Also got two things in that we're going to open. And yeah, so let's get on it. So one thing I've talked about over and over is my dislike for the term investing. I don't have a problem with investing in things. I think we should be investing in things. But as it pertains to Garbage Pail Kids, absolutely can't stand to hear people say that word in this context. I just think back to when I was a kid with my friends collecting Garbage Pail Kids. Oh, by the way, this is something from my good friend Adam. So let's see what's inside. And then I have one more thing that just came in. Yeah, so I don't know. It's just kind of cringy to me to hear people talking about my beloved Garbage Pail Kids as something to invest in. And just kind of how the hobby's changed over the years. We'll talk about that in just a minute. Let's see what this is. I forget what I ordered. Put you down just a second. So I know, like, when I got in the hobby, you could buy OS 3 sets for $10. Perfect mint ones. People could not give those away because, OS 3 was so overproduced. But now they sell for a lot more. That's just one example. One thing, though, is OS 1 singles. When I was coming along, they were about $6 a piece. They have somewhat doubled to, 12 to 15, depending on the character. That's a pretty good example. That's sort of like the thing that we look at a lot is OS 1. Speaking of which, yeah, I forgot I ordered that. That's amazing. Look at that. Atom Bomb, original. Just got them here. Oh, wow. Look at that. There's D, right? Elon Musk. These are customs here. Man, I love how the designer aged them. It looks like an old cigarette card, old T206. But that is not a custom, right? Yeah, so over the years, I honestly didn't hear about people investing in Garbage Pail Kids till fucking Chrome 1. That's when it changed. I've talked about this before. I'll talk about it again. The big shift in our hobby was Chrome 1. What did Topps do? They took our sticker, the sticker line that we remembered as children, the one that was based on mostly, John Pound art and Thomas Bunk art and things that we would trade and, talk about. And they moved it to sports cards because Chrome is a sports card, old sports card trading card line. And we had a flood of, sports card collectors come into our hobby. And it seemed like they were buying up Chrome 1 and flipping it. Chrome 1 was the time when you had a lot of flippers. We didn't have people flipping stuff before Chrome 1. You didn't have people buying up Flashback and all new series and then try to turn it around for profit. It wasn't about that. It had nothing to do with that. Garbage Pail Kids was very kind of underground. We all knew each other. and it was huge. It wasn't. I've been arguing for a long time that the hobby is actually about the size it was back in 2005, 2006. It looks like it's grown, but it hasn't. If you go on these Facebook sites, we see the same people over and over. Think about it. Don't we all see the same fucking people on every fucking group? That's because there's a core set of hardcore fans and collectors, and the rest of them are casuals. And we had casuals back in the day too, but I mean, if you broke down the hobby today, I bet there's like 200 main collectors. Well, if you went back on GPK Underground back in the day, we had 200 people on any given night in that place. On any given night. Nothing's changed. Our hobby's still very small, but what's changed is since Chrome 1, you have these sports card people who they'll poke their head in, buy some product as they're calling it now, and they fucking totally ruin the vibe, just the environment of our hobby. Let's see what this is. This is from Mindy. You might know her. Okay. This is probably an atom bomb, right? I mean, ain't it cool? I got the two biggest lovers of Atom Bomb character sent me mail today. I think they're friends, Adam and Mindy too. So that's cool. First of all, this is really cool. I hadn't seen this before. Got sort of a marbling of paint. It doesn't read to me as anything Garbage Pail Kids, but it does read kind of like art, abstract. Just, it's nice. Oh, wow, look. All right. Thank you, Mindy. Yeah, I see you on there. Hey, Mindy. Really nice. Yeah, she sent me one of these jerky card stickers. That's really cool. On Buy, Sell, Trade, and Talk, they'll be doing a jerky challenge on a live stream. And these guys are crazy. You will not believe what's coming up. You're talking about some of the most extreme spicy food challenge. We've done that in a hobby and, on Don and some other places, I think on Breaks. But Buy, Sell, Trade, and Talk is doing one. I think it's next week. It's coming up really quick. But it's like a group. And these guys have ordered, like I'm not going to spoil it for you, but I just tell you, you need to tune in and watch that. Oh, wow. Look at this. Semi-bomb here. These are both customs. All right. Well, thank you. That's beautiful. What a nice little day this was. A lot of customs. You know what? You know what we need to say is, or what I need to say is about the customs. Custom Garbage Pail Kids was a reaction to words like investment. As our hobby started changing, as our hobby started becoming more about money and, protecting the cards, there was an undercurrent of artists and designers who started making custom cards. It actually started in 2011. That was just the beginning of something that became much bigger, especially during the pandemic. But anyway, to me, it's almost a reaction to this, where you have these people who are making these cards that are not gradable. I can't grade this fucking card. I can't send this card to PSA and have them grade a Mindy Atom Bomb custom card, can I? This card will forever be an ungradable piece of, a collectible. That's the beauty of it. It's almost like this is more punk rock, this is more underground than this goddamn bullshit that's been coming out of fucking Tops since Flashback 3. Seriously. Seriously. I'm not saying it's better, but in a way, and conceptually, it is better. Because it'll always remain pure. It won't be fucking, traded for money. It'll just remain as sort of this little token of community, of art, design, right? Which, that's what I thought Garbage Pail Kids was. Now, Garbage Pail Kids was mass produced to some degree. Now, OS3, it got crazy, as did, baseball cards in that period. They just, it became a fad, but still very mass produced. Even OS1 was pretty mass produced too, but here's my new one. But still, there was something about it. We just were not handling them in a way that was like protective, like I need to protect this shit. It was more about experience in the cards and trading them with friends because you had to complete the sets. So is Garbage Pail Kids investable? It is, but I hate that we're talking about it. What else are we going to look at today? Now, I've obviously been collecting this category for a very long time. This is a new piece. I don't know if you saw my video the other day. This is a Mark Newgarden concept from 1986. There's another Mark Newgarden concept. Charcoal. Here's some Warhol concepts for Vampire. This came in pretty recently. This one's a fairly recent one. Got that off Don. Tom Bunk is selling his art on Don. Now, his bookworm art is not being sold on Don. He does not sell his final art on Don. He's only selling the minor work on Don, but it's still, you need to be a member of Don to see this stuff. If you want his final art, you need to contact Tom Bunk or you need to go to GPK World. And I believe he's already sold his 5 bookworm art pieces, so should I look? So I've talked about this, but art is not, it has that X factor, right? So, like the new stuff, like Chrome, like the reprints, that's almost like currency. That's something that you trade for money. That's something you can put a number on and trade for money. But a piece of art, it's a one of one. It's it's a handmade object. So, and this piece, say Bounce and Burt final art, for example, this does not only appeal to Garbage Pail Kid collectors and sports card collectors. This appeals to American illustration. This appeals to lowbrow art. And if you look at the subject matter, it's got sort of a folky feel. The gross oddity collector people might like it. Collectors of kid culture would like this as well. So there's a crossover appeal to a piece like this. So if you're talking about if you really want to invest, I would invest more in original art than, say, a trading card. Long term. But I will admit, we all know this, that Garbage Pail Kids is great to deal short term. You can double your money and, like, you can buy something right now and flip it in 5 minutes and double your money. Like, that's something that has attracted people to our hobby this whole time. There's so many obvious good deals and so many people in and out that you can buy something and sell it later that night for double your money and no one will ever catch it. So yeah, it is definitely a good way to make money. But I think long term, the best plays are original art and probably the old series stuff. The thing about the old series, they can't make this again, can they? They can't reprint it. There's a set amount that was made, and that's always going to be the set amount. But as the new stuff, there's a lot of blurred lines there. It's just so new that there's just a newness to it that makes it not quite as investable. Yeah, every time I go through this book, I just have to go through each page. Yeah, so I hate talking about Garbage Pail Kids as an investment. I mean, the art pieces I have, I'll never sell them. There's no reason for me to sell them. I have a store. I don't need to sell any of this stuff. The stuff that I want to sell is in my store, right? So why would I sell this stuff? That would not be wise, first of all, but plus I just love them. I would never sell them. So why would you sell something you love? But yeah, so let's see another example. So when I was getting the hobby, you could buy OS1 packs for $50. Now they're like $350 to $450, $500 or so for if you can prove they're sealed. So those have gone up. Some of that is with the promise of PSA gradable cards inside. Is Fansets a good investment? It's proven to be a very good investment. This is the Fanset number 6, the Chinese set. It's been numbered to 125, number 69. But these sell for about 3 times the amount they were sold for originally. I believe these were $45 when they were first on sale. Hell, they might be more. I don't even know. But yeah, those have proven to be a very good investment. I've kind of talked about this already today. You can't grade a Fanset card. So it's always going to be, part of the community and kind of like our economy in our own community. Not the global economy, but our hobby economy. Which definitely extends to eBay, which kind of makes it global economy, I guess. But yeah, short term, I think GPK is definitely a good investment. I mean, if you're in the mood to sell, you can definitely double your money pretty quickly in one day. Maybe triple. I've done it before, easy. If you look, let's do one more. So if you look across all the pop culture categories, toys, right? So you got, GI. Let's do some ones from our childhood. GI Joe, Transformers. How does Garbage Pail Kid stack up next to GI Joes? Very damn well. They stand up very well. I would say that GPK is stronger than the GI Joe category. Transformers, not so much. Star Wars, nowhere close. But if you look across different categories, I would say GPK is in the middle. It's a smart category to invest in, but it's not the top. Think about this. If you wanted a piece of original art, where would you find one today? Good luck, right? So that's one issue. There's not enough available. I might sell this one. there's not enough available pieces to buy and invest in, things like that nature. So that's one thing that's held back our hobby. There's, the things that are on the market are all these like base cards and shit. All these have pencils, by the way, or most of them do, like autos and stuff. Yeah, but the art has, I'd say, like tripled or doubled. And you think about the new stuff will definitely be more valuable as time goes on. Right now, they don't seem like that, but it always proves us wrong how it just goes up and up and up. And these are not just Garbage Pail Kid pieces, they're published illustrations, right? So make sure you're getting published art. Now, I don't have any sketch cards because I don't think sketch cards are a good investment. I could talk about that real quick. Like I might have a few like unofficial ones, of course. Like everyone has those. I'm not gonna finish that today. Like we're halfway through. Let's see. So here's some. So to me, I wouldn't invest in sketch cards. I don't think they're going to do very well long term. I haven't seen them do very well long term. If anything, they've gone down in value because they've diluted the market so much with sketch cards that it's become almost like old hat to have sketch cards. Bookworms is going to have sketch cards. Every fucking set has sketch cards. Another thing holding us back with sketch cards is we don't know the exact amounts of the sketch cards. Like we never know like how many there were made, how many so and so made. The quality of them is so like just fucking random that to me it's such a weak category. I would never collect sketch cards unless you just have a special one, some special piece. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. And I am a little bitter because I've only pulled 2 sketches in all these years. I only pulled 2. That's fucking criminal. Just fucking shitty luck. These are autos. It's cool to see autos have value. Back in the day, we had no idea they'd have any value. We just got them because we liked the people. Like Luis Diaz, you could talk to him, and he would sign your cards. But yeah, you see Thomas Bunk autos go for like $50 now. It's crazy. That's just insane to me. I wonder what that's worth. I've got 2 WrestleMania autos. It's from 2010. Might have a little value. I could sell one. I got 2 of them. So I guess over time, and I hate to say this, but it's just a cold reality. These guys are getting old, right? So like they're going to pass away. Let's just say it. Let me say it. They're going to pass away. And we all know what happens to art once the artist passes away. Also, think what happens to autographs. Not every time, but a lot of times. And I think with Garbage Pail Kids art, they'll go up in value. Like to own a Warhola auto, would be something pretty special, I would think. I don't see many of those. These are promos and stuff. This is the first one I remember being like a fan set. think it was 2011. Yeah, 2011. Nasty dick. Yeah, so I try not to think about Garbage Pail Kids in this term as investing in Garbage Pail Kids. But as I'm quitting, as I'm getting out of the hobby, I am reflecting a little bit back on this choice of how much fucking money and time I put into Garbage Pail Kid category. I put so much money and I fed this monster for so long that I am curious if it was worth it, money wise, financially, investment wise. Because I would imagine once I quit, it is going to be sort of like I'm storing this stuff. This stuff is going to go in a box. Just like when we were kids, right? Remember the dark age when you put your Garbage Pail Kids in the attic and you didn't pull them back out till after college or whatever. Whatever your story is. That's my story. These will go back into the attic because I'm going to quit. And I don't need to look at this because I'll be in different categories now. I'm going to leave Garbage Pail Kid category for hopefully forever. I don't know. Maybe a couple years, maybe 5, maybe a decade. But this stuff will go in a box. Not the art, but the cards and shit. I don't need to have this out. And so, did I make a good investment? If I look back at the prices in 10 years, will I be happy? So what do you think will happen in 10 years with values? My prediction is art will go way up. One thing I'm seeing with the art is illustration still has a long way to go. It's still in sort of that transitional place of being respected. People buying up old like comic book covers and magazine art covers and stuff like that. It still has a long way to go. I think about all that Mad magazine art that's out there that's still so cheap. That's what we should be buying. Let's finish this book up again. This is not all my art. This is just the pieces I have in this binder. Oh, maybe we finished. Yeah, I think we finished. All right. Well, guys, you have a good rest of your day. Just want to talk about Garbage Pail Kids as an investment. Are we wise with by putting money back into this one category? Is it wise to keep? Is it wise for me to keep this box long term? Should I sell it while we know Chrome 4 is coming out? We know Vacation still needs to come out, and Bookworms comes out next week. Would it be smart for me to sell the cards, or should I keep hanging on to them? As I'm quitting the hobby, leaving the hobby, what should I sell short term? What should I keep for the long haul? I don't think there's any good, real clear answer there, but it's something to think about. Y'all have a good rest of your day. Russ Van out.